Hi and welcome to Nan Meet. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I am going to be showing you some wonderful, lovely lunchtime ideas that you can prepare in a very short period of time. In case you're feeling like lunch is boring and you're having the same old things and you're just looking for new creative ideas that you can try out at lunchtime, this is definitely a video that you're going to want to watch. So the main ingredient for this is going to be wraps, or tortillas. These are mini ones. It's more of my personal preference, so I don't eat as much bread, but what I've just shifted to eating once in a while is some tortillas. And the great thing about tortillas, you can make them from a wide variety of things. You can even make them from flax seeds, which is the recipe that I will share at a later date. And you can make them for flour, and you can also make them gluten-free as well. So there is a load of range of things that you can actually do when it comes to tortillas. So just going through a little bit of the products? I don't know. Just going through a little bit of the ingredients that I've got. So I've got some sprouted, these are, I guess, sprouted chickpeas. I think chickpeas are one of the trickier things to sprout. You just need to make sure that you're washing them daily to make sure that you're getting rid of any sort of mold that might want to build up, because they're quite chunky and you don't want to sprout them all at the same time. And also there goes my tofu, right? It's just been fried up with some sauces, some chili and stuff like that. It's another recipe that I'll share with you guys so that you can try this out. And also one of my favorite vegetables, I should admit, is aubergine. So in this little tab I have just got some aubergine there that I've created. And so to get us started, you will need, if it is that you've got a blender, a food processor, you can just put all of this into a food processor. But if you're like me and you don't really have a food processor, I'm just trying to minimize the amount of stuff that I do have, is you're gonna just take, good old sprouted chickpeas, and to that I am just going to add some olive oil. So I just put it so that you can see what I'm doing. And because I am using approximately, I would say like about half a cup, I don't want to put too much. I'm just going to put 1 teaspoon of olive oil. Oops, that went a little bit over than I wanted. That's all you're going to put in there. And you're going to need a little bit of salt. Not too much. Less is best. So this is just one of those that it's just a quick recipe. Salt, so that's just a pinch. I've got this. This is something that you use for sort of when you're making bases and stuff like that. You use a rolling pin. That's what it's called, a rolling pin. And I am just making sure that that is smashed in as much as possible. Obviously this is better if you've got a food processor, but sprouted, your chickpeas have been sprouted, you'll be able to smash them up a little bit more. So I guess I don't want it to be ground up completely, I just want it to be slightly chunky, and I'm just gonna leave that there. To this mixture, what I normally sometimes add is an avocado. So I've just got an avocado here that I'm going to just slice and add that as well to this. So it's just going to be half an avocado that's going to go in there. I guess the great thing about sprouting is that you get all the good food, the nutrients and stuff like that. They're not cooked, they're still in their natural state, and you just get to eat that. So I am going to talk a little bit, one video that I'll go into a little bit more detail in terms of the benefits that you can actually get from eating sprouted items, so which will be good to explore. But this avocado is also acting as a binding agent to our mixture. So you don't want to overdo this. I think this is fine. It's just the right kind of consistency for myself. So it's just talking about sprouting and how it is that it's good for you. I am going to go ahead and start actually just making the wrap. If this has been in the fridge, you need to leave them out so they're at room temperature for a while before you actually use them. This actually does help you. I'm gonna take some spinach. I've already made a lot of the prep work to this, so it's up to you what you normally enjoy in terms of what vegetables you enjoy and what sort of flavors you like. These are small tortillas, but you can definitely have the large ones. So I'm just going to take also some of my avocado sprout mix, and that's just going to go there. I have to admit, I love color. So the more colors I can get onto this wrap, the better it is for me. I just enjoy a lot of color. So I'm just also gonna get some carrots. Got some grated carrots, and I've just put some lemon to help them preserve their color because that was made earlier on. So with this one, I am going to add our spicy tofu to the mix. So that's just bits of the spicy tofu. In terms of how you wrap this, it really depends how you want it to look in the end. And just to add a little bit extra color again, I am going to add some cabbage. This is just some red cabbage, and that's just gonna go on top. So that's just creating a lovely rich color. If you want to have tacos, you can have this as a taco actually, because it's the tiny ones. So you could actually have this like this and it'll just be a taco, and you can even add some extra sauce to this. I sometimes just add a little bit of more of the peri-peri sauce. This is just your regular peri-peri sauce from a shop. I guess you just want to be careful with the extra sauces that you do get. Just check the ingredients that you're using with this. But this is just to add a little bit more spiciness to it, because I guess avocado can be quite blunt for some people. But now we've got the spices from the tofu, we've got the spices also from the peri-peri sauce, and that just makes a good lunch. So if I'm having this, I should be honest, I sometimes eat a lot of them at the same time. I probably just need to control how many I eat. I probably eat like about 4 of these little settings, little ones in a row. Let me just go ahead and show you the next one. Now, in terms of the next wrap that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start also with some iron as well. I know iron is very good for us, especially for us ladies. You know, I'm going to also go for so I'm gonna have some spinach in this, and I am going to go for the aubergine. I really just enjoy aubergine, if I should be honest. It's one of my favorite vegetables. So this is just aubergine that's been slightly fried in coconut oil, and also so that it's not completely fried, I also added a little bit of water, and it's also got some peri-peri as well. So I guess maybe that's a reoccurring theme in this. So I am going to add that. I also have got some white cabbage that I just thinly sliced, and that's also been put in some lemon, and I'm just gonna add that to it. One thing that I guess I'm not showing you here, or that I'm not adding to this, that I normally just add to a lot of things, is onion. I am a big onion lover, so a lot of the food that I sometimes make has a lot of onions, and I've also got some peppers with this one. So for this, we're gonna go for some yellow, a little bit of yellow. Calming taste. Also, I should add, if it is that you've got either some hummus, I mean something that I normally sometimes just put at the base before I start, is just some hummus. I am going to show you. You can either add some hummus on top, add to your hummus, add either a little bit of water, a little bit of some extra flavors, and you can put that there. I am going to be using the Freeform Mayo from Tesco and just adding that on top. I'm also going to add a little bit more of the carrots to just give it a different type of color. The green from the peppers, it's also good to get other colors in there. So this is my other tortilla that I'm just having, and I guess the way I'm making them today, it's almost like nachos, so they're just open. It's because it's the mini ones. If it is that it's the larger ones, you can also just wrap this completely. So it's up to you how it is that you like your nachos. If this is at lunchtime, I guess I don't have time to be wrapping it, but it also looks, or it gives a different presentation if it is that they're just left there in the open. And now I am going to be showing you how I will make the last tortilla wrap that we've got. But, well, I guess in terms of our family, we've always sort of traveled everywhere, and this is a paste that I started liking. It's a vegetable paste that I normally put on bread when I do eat bread, and it's a recipe I got, or not a recipe, but rather it's an ingredient that I got when I was traveling in Romania. I mean, if you've got hummus, you could actually put hummus onto here, and this time I will start with a little bit of cabbage, and also I'm gonna move on to some cucumber and a little bit more of the peppers. Again, I guess this one is also gonna be slightly more on the pepper based. So I've just put that there at the bottom, and you'll be surprised, I guess, when you travel all around what sort of different variety of vegetarian options they've got. And I have enjoyed some of the paste that they have. Like they've got I think one that's made out of zucchini as well. They've got a lovely paste or sauce that you can put on bread that made out of zucchini. Obviously this is not the one that I'm using this time, but you could, it's just all the different varieties that you can get when you actually travel. Sometimes what I would normally do to this is just to add a little bit more of the vegan cheese. If I've got vegan cheese, I sometimes add that to it. But this time I'm gonna add a little bit more of the cabbage. This is just the white cabbage. I guess it's gonna be a very cabbagey taste. I actually like cabbage. I guess it comes from one of those things that growing up I used to eat a lot of coleslaw. That was one of my favorite things to eat. In terms of salads, I always used to enjoy coleslaw salads. Also, to top this up, I am going to add some sun-dried tomatoes. That is the last wrap. Obviously I've put some sauce at the bottom. Oops, it's escaping. Don't escape, little one. It's escaping from my sandwich. So I guess it's one of those that you just probably need to tuck it in when you're eating it with your pinky or something like that, or just make sure that you hold it firm. But these are different sort of either tacos, or I guess you can have them as mini enchiladas as well. But I'll just put little drops of hummus here and there. I do like my hummus, I guess you can tell. I think there's a lot of recipes that I have made out of hummus, and I am also going to share, to those who don't know what hummus is, I will also share a video that I'm just showing you how it is that you can make your own, and how simple it is to make, and how you can enjoy it and get all the goodness that comes from hummus. But you could use the larger ones, and you could definitely wrap that more. It's just ideas of what you can put in the middle of your wrap and enjoy as well. I'm just going to dig in and enjoy some of these. I guess I'm having a little bit of a late lunch today, and I'm just going to tell you what I think. So first of all, I'm starting off with the one with the tofu. And just to add on, I will put some more recipes where I'm showing you how it is that you can make some fresh sauces that you can definitely add to your food that don't have as many preservatives. It's just that if I have to make those, I guess it does need a little bit more time, but over time I'm just going to show you a selection of some of the dressings that I use in my salad and that you can have, especially if you're preparing for a party or something like that. They can be really good and a massive addition to have. This is definitely on the creamy side. And just to add, with the sprouts, you can use any type of sprouts. So you could use bean sprouts, and you can use other variations of sprouts as well to your meals that you'll be making. And now we're gonna go for the one with aubergine. That has more of a salad cream mixture, I should admit. And lastly but not least, we're gonna end up with the one with sun-dried tomatoes. I have to admit, I also enjoy sun-dried tomatoes. So I guess these are some of the things that you should be looking out for when you go into shop. You could also make the same type of sandwiches, but this time, instead of having them more as a wrap, you could also have them like on just bread. If it is that you enjoy eating bread, you could just add that to that as well. I just bit into the sun-dried tomato and that tastes very good. So thank you very much for joining Nunmeat, and like always, don't forget to like, subscribe. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. But above all, I pray that you stay blessed, and let me know if there's any particular ideas that you're struggling with, that you feel like, oh, I would like a recipe about this. Wondering how is it that you can copy them or try them out, or you've got people who are visiting who are vegetarian or plant-based and you're just not wondering what to make for them. This is the place to be. Whether you're just starting out or you're an experienced one, we're here to share our experiences and as well as help you develop more of your plant-based options. Thank you.